There she goes. There she goes again. Racing through my brain. And I just can't contain the feelings that remain. There she goes again. Pardon me, part of my poor singing. The funny part about my singing, and not that anybody cares, and I don't know how many people are watching, but whatever. Thank you if you're watching. The problem with my singing is my vocal range is really limited. I can't go really low and I can't go really high. So when I'm trying to sing and then it goes out of my range, then I try to pull it back down, and so it sounds like I'm out of key or out of tune, out of key. I don't know. I don't know what you call it because I'm not a singer, obviously. But there you go. Hey, and welcome to the stream. Welcome one and all. Okay. And we're going to pop up. Oh, let's wait for this thing to go up. Okay, good. We're going to pop up this. Aha. Friday, March 27th, 2026. 11:32 a.m. Eastern US time. I always start with the date so that I have a thing to go back to, especially when it starts losing conversation. Outer terrace route hugging the wall around the north back. Service corridors. Uh, kitchen's route. Internal L-shaped gallery. Light well route. Okay. I am live. If you want, link the test. And if not, then I guess then ask. Okay. Another date. Another date. Another date. You call me your friends, but you only want friends, and I'd never see you if I had no loot. Let me see something here. I sometimes I'll sing song and then I'll like not be sure of the words, and so I have to look up the lyrics real quick before I like sing it or before I type some lyrics or something. It's kind of funny. I know the lyrics to a song that I never even liked that much, or I never knew the name of the band or the song, and I know all the words to that. And but then songs that I like half the words I won't even know what they are, and like I'll not know them for years until I actually see the lyrics. Funny. Okay, so what am I doing? Okay. Um, does it have to be in shaped gallery? Probably doesn't matter if it's L shaped or not. At least it this have to be L shape. Uh, this what showed up in that one particular floor plan diagram. I referenced some real medieval castles. The internal crossing area can be whatever shape makes sense to you. Long straight gallery or corridor that runs east to west through the middle of the castle. Like wide internal hallway with columns or arches. Central open courtyard, square rectangular. Series of connected arches, colonnade, that straight through the castle from east to west. Wide processional hall or vaulted passageway that feels more grand and castle-like. Great event pass, any one of these will work fine as long as he gets Hubert from east to west side, giving him a different feel from the other two choices. Not worry about the exact shape, that keeps things lightweight. No, that's okay. I'm just asking questions to get things set in my mind before I start building pages. I think I have enough right now, actually. You know, that just made me think too. The AI could help. Uh, like I have all these notes for John or for Hubert or for any of them, and what I could do is I could compile all the stuff I have into a document. At least, um, I don't have to compile it into a document, but I could put them in a single place and give all the bits of information into a conversation about that character, and then have the AI help me create a profile. Even though it would still be all my ideas and all thoughts I had, it'd just be a way I could get it to kind of organize stuff, and then I could paste that into like a master, like a character file. That doesn't sound like a too bad of an idea. I think. Da 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 day, da 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 day, day. You call me your friend, but you only want my ends, and I'd never see you if I had no loot. Glad I know the truth, and I'm paying my own bills, and I'll never depend on you. Good, I drop images into the sources section of the project. Yeah, I just meant when I get to actually starting actual mapping, um, I might want you to have access to it so you can help me whenever I do something that doesn't seem like it works on the on the map. You can drop. Retain. But I can put it in personal files under versus, correct? Here's that. Let me attempt something just a moment. Yeah, I know, it should be on Blender 5. So what? Who cares? Um, Actually, the inversion pattern is relevant, but um, render image. Oh, you know what? I don't need to do that. Let's just do the screenshotter. Here you go. Oh wait, now I can save it. Save. Let's see something here. Pictures, pictures, pictures. Is that right? Where I saved it? 2024. Okay, that's not it. Here it is. Eh. Open with. Should have GIMP in here somewhere. GIMP. I don't know if I can. I don't know what Pix is. Honestly. Fancy. Rotate. Edit. Colors. Alright. Contrast. What does that mean? Adjust contrast. That's weird. Okay. This is actually fine. And how do I save it? Or export or whatever it does. Alright. Let's go ahead and close Blender. Don't save. Okay, let's go ahead and upload this. Attach. Upload a file. It's actually going to be in pictures right now, so that's probably unfortunate because now I have to navigate back to the other folder, which I don't remember which. 327, this one. Open. Say, now, let's rename it something. Rename uh, Max Minds. Okay. Okay, we'll just do that. Actually, let's go ahead and cut, and let's go over to favorites. Let's go to Enchanted Lands. Let's go to design documents. Let's go ahead and paste it here so that now when I attach it, upload a file, we'll go back into that. We'll go to that and open the only PNG in here. This is by name. This is by name. Max Minds. Open. Save. Okay, I just uploaded PNG to the personal files, and you see it. A large irregular blob in the left labeled Gnome Kingdom, mining level L3, a crusher area, door mines at the top, middle section labeled processing L2, right section labeled hub L1 with some kind of small AG department area attached. That's alright. Various tunnels, pathways, connecting lines between the sections. Clear your conceptual map for the underground mine complex. From 1112, I can see it fine. Oh, thanks. I just wanted to see if you could see it. I'll just leave it in there for the heck of it. Who knows? Maybe we'll refer to it later. I can see that just fine. Okay. I'm good for this moment. I suppose I probably should start adding pages. I suppose I should start adding pages. Let's see. 6. We have 4 plus 6 is 10. So that's a minimum of 10. If I do 3, that's only 3. That's only 13. So I might want to. It almost seems like padding for padding's sake, but I wanted it to be in between 12 and 20 pages. I mean, it might be all right that these later pages, which are basically barreling toward the climax, don't have as much interactivity. Not that there won't be puzzles later, like I'll add puzzles, but in fact, I'll probably add a few to like when you go through the castle, maybe. Um, Really, you're just trying to find what's her face, and maybe when I get to the game part, uh, maybe I'll have her actually going to being able to be in various rooms. That's another thing I'll have to reconcile if I do add playability for villains. see. Okay, so what if I do this? I add three, then I have two choices on, we'll say on each. So two choices on each makes that six. So that's nine. Nine plus six. $15. That could do that. What did I do with the, let's see, the diamond pattern? One, two, and three, and then here, let me start up the thing. I should probably start it up anyways. Uh, my Sharona. Do 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 do. Yeah, give me some time to make my road run, my motor run. Some matter of time, Sharona. Gonna stop. Such a dirty mind. Give it for the touch of the other kind. My, woo. On my mind, Sharona. What am I looking for? That's what I'm looking for. I am looking for favorites. Oh, I could actually open favorites up in here, huh? Interesting. Actually, I don't need favorites because I'm already in here, aren't I? Do 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 Okay. Was this? This is technically a diamond one. I changed the. Well, it's. I guess I don't know if it's a diamond one. There we go. I almost say a wagon wheel or half a wheel or something instead of diamond pattern because it doesn't really look much like a diamond at this point. Maybe if the top three were straight. This has three choices. So one, two, three, four, and five. So this is five. Five. No, because we're not running on all paths, so that doesn't work. Well, maybe. Okay. My Sharona. You have to forgive me about the singing because if I get the song stuck in my head, I gotta sing it. and it's horrible sounding too. So forgive that. Okay. Baby, one in a million, you're second to none. One in a million. I don't know what I'm gonna do. What am I doing? Okay. Sorry, I'm a little. Okay. Didn't get a lot of sleep last night, like usual. Today, just mowed the lawn for the first time in ages, or part of the lawn. So, I'm pretty wiped right now. Okay. Uh. So, I'm probably going to want a few more pages in the first beat because I try to keep a chapter having at least 12 to 20 pages. Some go over, some just skirt that 12 minimum. Minimum. So 4 title pages, 6 for beat 2, that makes 10. If I only do 3, that's only 13. If I give at least 2 of them a 2 choices, if I give at least one of them 2 choices, um, that's 4 extra. That puts us around 17. Don't quote me on that. Ah, pays for the sky fight. Um, what would you what would you assume among the 3 approaches could potentially or should have another decision point in it. Internal complex route service corridors plus kitchens naturally have more ranging possibilities, different hallways, avoiding staff, ducking into storerooms. It feels the riskiest, the most entertaining for Hubert. What magic of App are here in plenty ways. It gives you the most natural room to add 1 to 2 decision pages without feeling forced. The other two routes. Ooh, what do we have? We have the Belly of the Beast. That's right. I never even thought about that. Well, we also have the Belly of the Beast being the mines also, so I actually have that built in. It's so funny. And it's just a natural outlet of this, I guess, my story writing process, right? Because the idea was I sort of wrote like a screenplay. I gave them a main plot, a subplot, each character main plot and a subplot, and I used the the 3 act structure kind of thing with all the plot points in the right places. And then as I developed it, I was just like, okay, so you do this, and then there's one point where you do this, and eventually it kind of turns out to have all the elements that all the other ones do. Kind of interesting. Is the most natural. Choice one, outer terrace route, one decision. Yeah, it'd be a one decision because you take the service areas. Um, you push beat one up 7 to 9 pages, bring the whole chapter comfortably. If you're in 18 sweet spot. Uh, no thanks, but that's the idea. So I will probably do that. So when you take you take the service entrance, it will be one of the doors next to the uh, corridor. Corridor that takes you from the ticket counter. Not really a ticket counter like you might think, but like you give them your tickets and then they give you like a brochure, probably a map. That's an interesting thought. I could work that in somehow. In fact, you could get a souvenir map. Oh, that's okay. That's something I need to put it into my file here. Just something I just thought of. The souvenir map. Um, I'll just put this at the very end, I guess. Um, I'm gonna do it here. Another idea. When tourists arrive and um, give their tickets to the ticket taker behind the turnstiles, they in turn give the tourist um, everything they need. It's not going to be any parking, so you don't need that. For their vacation, for instance, the souvenir map. It'll be a magical souvenir map. Magical souvenir map that shows itself whenever you visit a new area. In fact, it can be part of. It'll be part of the deal. Part of the deal is they don't give you a map that shows up right away. Just they give the map and it looks. They open it up like a brochure or whatever. It opens up and nothing's there at first, and then what appears is the castle in the clouds, and then it's the overview of the castle. And then as you move, the idea is as you go to a different area will show up on the map, and it will actually move. It'll scroll with you. That's part of the magic, right? Part of the magic is that it does magical souvenir map. Shows itself whenever you visit a new area. Okay. Meal vouchers, your hotel key, and maybe what would you call enchanted bucks? Huh? Enchanted bucks? It sounds kind of funny. Like what the Disney dollars had, Mickey Mouse and Goofy and whatever. I got a cool idea. Came to me. Um, some magic money, which are bills, which are paper money with um, instead of the heads of presidents in the center, like in US dollars, there are tiny magic mirrors that let you contact anyone and is good legal tender throughout the kingdom. Basically, stuff like that. So, the magical souvenir maps can be used in the game either as a save system. I had an original idea that there would be a book that you checked out and it would be part of the save system. So you'd have a book with you at all times, which would be like kind of your personal adventure or whatever. And the idea is it was writing itself as you're experiencing it, or as John was experiencing it, basically. And then maybe it won't be used as a save system because I like my book save system idea, anyways. It can be used in the game to navigate the world. Okay, I just thought of that. That's something, you know. From the ticket counter to the east side train depot. In fact, the service staff area will be on this floor. The Great Hall should be above. By staircase. I'll have to consider the internal gallery route. How do you get there? Maybe there will be two choices to start, where you either go behind the castle or you go through the service area, and then you have two choices there on whether to go through the gallery, which you have to climb some stairs to get to, or go through the service corridors. Got it. So, okay, so yeah, I'm just coming up with this new kind of flow here. What if I could? Oh, I don't know. Let's just hope I can get 13 done today, I guess. Got it clear, more natural structure, updated plan. Initial setup. West Terrace flies away. Here it looks around. For precision, go around the back of the castle. Outer North Terrace route. Enter through one of the doors near the ticket counters into the staff service area. In fact, the Omni Gate's going to be being built. It's going to be there. So he's going to have to find a way of dodging some guards, dodging some whoever can see him through one of the doors near the ticket counters in the staff service area. Then, if the player chooses one outer route, fairly linear path, maybe one small follow-up choice, just a short continuation beat. Player chooses two service areas, second division point inside the separate. Try to go through the service corridors. Lower level, riskier but direct. Look for stairs to climb up toward the internal gallery. Right, look there. Yes, that's right, that's right. Uh, or wait. Okay, the door. Oh, yeah, outer route. Okay, just yeah. Try to go through service corridors. Look for stairs to climb up to the internal gallery light well area. One main branching choice at the start, a second branching choice only on the service path, exactly where it makes sense, keeps the outer route simpler. Naturally leads all paths towards the east side terrace for the violet confrontation. Should comfortably get beat up on the page count without feeling padded. Yes, this looks correct. So I'm going to start building out pages. Usually means adding a new room page and then naming it and then naming it and making sure the ID is completely out with um, making sure the ID is completely fed out with prefix and everything. And then I save, and then I do the door linkages before actually adding the contents to the pages. Okay, I don't really need to tell everything that I'm doing, but I do it anyways, so that's okay. Okay, let's do the thing. You know the thing. You know the thing. Boom, 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 boom. Actually, this should be like here, man. He then, he then heads back toward the bats in the belfry. Um, let's just here. Let me use some. Let's see. Okay, that's all right. I am going to do the thing. I'll have to modify that a little bit. Okay. Okay, go around back. Turn the ticket boots. West side. Or Hubert can service passengers. He can also instead go up a staircase to the main level and head into the inner courtyard to sit out the east side. That systematically searching the grounds for Violet, taking care not to be seen. So William flies off and heads back towards Bats and Belfry. Okay, so let me do this again. Instead of 3, we have 4. So we have 4 and we have 6. That's 10. And now we have 14. Maybe I can add one extra choice to the back door. Okay. Search path magic. Okay. Alrighty. See what I'm gonna do. What I kind of didn't do before though is I'm actually gonna put all the choices, all the page data here in the text file, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start actually making pages. I'm actually going to put all the text into a text file I have open on chapter 13 for putting it in the game itself. I just thought of another idea. Since this new way has me at 14 pages, each will ultimately lead to the east side. So I figure since the Omni gate is being built on the north terrace, then Hubert might have to be careful about where he walks. I could have some guards guarding a back entrance. I don't know if actual castles had back doors, but we're assuming a small one. And considering that it's a castle in the clouds, there's there's not too many who could pull off coming in the back way, at least without being seen. A good spot for more light decision point without bloating chapter. He's got on the gate. Press move more boldly because time is short. It can be a single shot decision that appears after all three routes, so you can make it slightly different depending on reinforces the stakes. Machine Siebert one final movement of agency before violent confrontation. Now, I'll figure it out. I just sometimes need someone or something to talk it out to. Primarily why I'm using AI at all. Okay. I don't think, again, I imagined the OmniGate to work two different ways in my head. Um, One is a giant gate. Think the World of Warcraft movie or the end of Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe movie. I don't know if they did a gate there at the end. That there's like this big gate that they're supposed to go through to get back to their own world. So either it's one big gate, which means they can open it to anywhere, and that's the machine. The machine does that, or it can be a device. I categorize it as a machine, but it can be a device that actually generates multiple. And actually, the idea there's the main idea was that it would open multiple portals large enough to move armies through. But another idea I had was a single like gate, like a large, huge gate that's enough to march an army through, and they can actually go anywhere they want to. I also need to think about how the Omni gate works because this is going to, well, it's not the first time the player sees it though. Be the sort of first time Hubert sees it. We get to see it at the start of chapter 12. So I had two thoughts. One is it's a machine that will generate multiple portals capable of marching armies through. Think Avengers in game something. The other thought was one big gate that they would tune into various realms. Yeah, it'd be kind of interesting because so okay, so here's the deal. So Max has a machine, right, that can open a portal without Quicksilver. Now he still needs the Quicksilver because the machine needs a lot of magical power, right? It needs a boost to be able to open huge portals or enough to march armies through, right? To go anywhere. So the one thought is if it was a single gate, that there would be a pedestal or control pad or something that the device was locked into that you had to get to to stop it or to turn it off. And that's one way to do it. Um, the other way is that whatever form the machine takes, that these devices are embedded all throughout the machine, so that to be able to open the multiple portals, he needs multiple devices. So he has multiple devices in there, and the machine actually generates the portals in midair. Because when you take a hold of Quicksilver Ticket, it opens it in midair. I like the gate idea. I like the single gate idea, like a Stargate kind of setup. But The way I've been talking about it, the way I've been thinking through it, I was thinking it more, Avengers Endgame kind of thing, where now, of course, they had a bunch of different portals or a bunch of different door, whatever they call those, opening in the same place, but in this case, it would be in different places. And one by one, march armies through various realms. I think World of Warcraft, maybe. Think the World of Warcraft movie, or Stargate, or I don't know, the most recent movie adaptation of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. At the end scene where they all have to go through this gate. Let's see if it gives a I still have to think about that. Why? Because he sees it. You might only have like a passing glance, like this huge machine, or whatever. He sees the multi-portal machine, or he sees the gate. Hebrews first you will look at it, we only saw the very beginning of its activation. Two directions you're weighing. Multi-portal machine, Avengers Endgame style, opens dozens, hundreds of gates at once, so armies can pour through many realms simultaneously. Seeing a large turntable gate, uh, one massive gate that gets tuned to a specific realm, and then armies march through one realm at a time. Both are cool. They feel very different in tone and scale. Uh, well, another little detail is that in order to steal the scepter earlier, Max had brought his machine into the Wizard U trophy room, and then his little handheld, we'll say, device into the Wizard U trophy room, and then open a tiny portal big enough for his hand to reach in and grab the scepter. The idea is that this is a test of the actual device. There may also be some importance to the scepter later. I don't know, I haven't really decided that. Dad was saying that I should probably have some significance to him stealing the scepter, and really it was that my idea was that it was just a test of the device, but then again, it could be what I said. Let me look at something. Okay. In order to steal the scepter earlier, Max had brought his little. Okay. There may also be some importance for the scepter later. So now he doesn't need a silver. He doesn't need Quicksilver to open a portal, but the reason he's still running the mines is because he needs because the amount uh, still running the mines. He needs tremendous magical power. So he still uses Quicksilver Knight to power the gate. Um, so either for the multi-portal version has these devices embedded, embedded, or no, wait, that's not it. Huh. I don't think you need so he still needs the device to work it so it goes to any location that he knows the frequency to. I guess I don't know. I guess both of them would have a single device embedded into it. I guess Omni means oh, and that would make more sense than a single gate, which is what I originally liked. So I guess I'm leaning towards multi-portal. I don't know if that was even done discussion or whatever. I just start rattling off things I'm thinking to get it clear in my head. Handheld device already established. The small test portal used. The multipolar version makes more sense now. It's a large machine that can open multiple portals simultaneously, dozens, even hundreds at full power. The handheld device is a remote control tuning mechanism that tells the big machine where to open each portal. It still needs massive amounts of power. Uh, in a moment when he first sees it, realizes this isn't just one invasion portal. It's a machine designed to open many at once. Yeah. Actually, this is correct story wise as well. Um, because Max had tried something similar before. But we can say that he tried doing one big gate before, and he wasn't very successful with it. We can say that it has nothing to do with gate design, but just that The good guys were a little more, uh, were a little smarter, and were able to thwart. And that also plays into the fact that Max was covering his bases, basically ensuring that what happened before didn't happen again. Hubert is, of course, of prime importance. They stole half of his magic because at full power he was more powerful than Max. What else do we got? The vampires actually being good, being a good race in my game, meant they were helpful the last time as well, so they had to hunt all of them down. Sir William was the knight hero of the last time, so Violet turned him into a unicorn and sent the Black Knight to hunt. Let's see what else. Any fairy godmothers would be a threat, even the vacation ones. And so that's why Violet was trying to turn them into witches. What else? What else did I think of? There are other things that escape me at the moment. Yeah, so I had my original thought was that, in fact, I was thinking about making a prequel. I was gonna use AGS to make a prequel to this game. Basically, Max kind of tried the same thing in the past, but because of the resourcefulness of everybody, he was able to be thwarted. And so this time he had covered all of his bases. He closed everything down. He bought out Enchanted Lands. That was a big deal versus what happened the last time. Presumably, had turned into a tourist resort by then. So it wasn't before it was a tourist resort. I don't think. I mean, it could be. I mean, that could be a big deal. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think it was. Perfect Sense story-wise, tried to win big Gator project, failed because the good guys were able to stop it. This time he's covers the base with building something that will be hard to defend against on every front. The handheld device is the key interface. But when he used to steal the scepter, the mines are still running full tilt because Omnigate needs to remember its power to run at scale. This also explains why Max has been systematically neutralizing every major threat from the previous conflict. So I have to use magic, hunted down most of the vampires, turned Sir William into a unicorn. Violet converting fairy godmothers and witches, neutralizing potential resistance. It gives Hubert a strong, this is worse than I thought, reaction when he first sees the Omnigate in chapter 13. Okay. So this makes sense. Also, I think in order to open multiple portals, the machine has to have multiple devices installed. Maybe sort of central array. This is more about aesthetics than function per se. Well, I mean, using multiple multiple devices would be functional, but the way I arrange, the way it's supposed to look. Way it's supposed to look. So maybe the machine is spherical with these sphere. Spherical. There we go. With these devices, um, honestly, okay, so it's kind of weird to say, but you know how like a nuclear bomb has like this core that's supposed to ignite or whatever, supposed to cause a chain reaction that causes it to explode, to cause it to split the atoms. Well, I could have them arrange them like this hexagonal thing, like it looks like a giant bomb or something, or you know, it's like a soccer ball, right? Soccer ball design with the hex pattern on it. These would be actual devices plugged into it. Embedded, unerased platform. Above is a connected to the platform are these what do you call them? They're structural deals, right? Not like girders or I don't know what you call it. There, it's a structure. Like there's a catwalk or whatever, scaffolding, right? Uh, this sort of scaffolding, uh, which sits well above the machine. Uh, thought, yes. You know, maybe I'll just do this. Let's go ahead and uh, let's bring up Blender Grease Pencil again. And let's open this again. And we're going to go to the next page. I'm going to go ahead and sketch out the way it's supposed to. That's a real pen. That's not what we want. Okay. So we're going to kind of sketch this out. Again, it's not going to be very good. It's going to be pretty crappy looking, but we'll do this here. We'll do this. Okay, so it kind of looks like I don't know if it's completely spherical or if it's like no, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Okay, so you have sort of like a raised platform here. I'm gonna do something like that, and then you got the actual platform itself is right here, right? Um, pardon me. Then we have a central shaft, and then we have this. Oh, I think okay. So I don't know how to draw like this a good nice circle, but we're gonna. I should have actually made that shorter and smaller just because of the scale, how big the scale is. But actually, let's do this over here. Hold on. Go at about 10 minutes, and then I go on my break. But let's go ahead and where's the strength? Let's up the strength just a little bit more, somewhere in there. That's fine. Okay, and then let's make this a little bit smaller. So basically, okay. This is actually the machine. And we have this. Okay, you're gonna have to forgive me for that. I don't really know how to draw the hexagonal pattern here. Something, whoop, uh, something like that, and then same here, like that, right? Little, like little stop signs. Um, yeah, something like that, and blurp, 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 something like that, and thing like that, and that. Let's see here. Do, 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 do. This one kind of does the same thing. Do that, that. Um, Forgive me for this crappy drawing. Something sort of like that. Uh, Anyways, I know that's kind of crappy looking, but something similar to that. Okay, let's actually make. Whoop, here. Whoop. Nope. 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 Something like that. And then we're gonna have like this kind of. Uh, Actually, it should be way longer than that, but that's all right. Okay, let's just. I don't know. Whoa. 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 Back to camera view. Here we go. Uh, Here, let's make this bigger. Times it. 153. Okay. Side view. Okay, that way that looks a little bit better, anyways. As far as okay, so kind of have this kind of like that, and we're gonna bonk. So just to give an impression here, I'm just gonna like do like this crossing thing here because that's actually supposed to be like crossbars or something. My drawing's crappy, I know, but just bear with me. Oh, part of this is because of where the drawing tablet is. Partly because like I said, my control is terrible. Partly because I'm gripping the stupid stylus too tightly. I really need to work on that. And okay, okay. So then we have the same kind of a deal up here. Uh, I don't know. I'm just gonna put some lines. I mean, it kind of doesn't matter. And then we're gonna put like there's this dish up here. So there's this dish, that. And there's a dish up there. And it's probably, I mean, it might be more complex than that as far as uh, the fact that there may be it's a 3D dealie, so there may be a thing in the back or something. But this here, this thing spins, and then okay, so I just this is like not the, how to say this. I have to modify it a little bit because maybe the portals shoot out of the hexagonal devices, something like that. Okay, so this is uh, 8. Oh, fine. Mouse can't do nothing. Okay. Um, Gate. Side view. Okay. And we're going to save this, and I'm going to do another screeny, and then I'm going to break, because I should break. Selection. Take screenshot. Cancel. Screenshot. Okay. Let's save this as Omni Gate side view version 1. Okay. Let's save version 1. And then we'll go ahead and we'll open a new tab, pictures, cut, paste. Okay, let's go back into. I'm supposed to quit here in just 1 minute here. Machine. Either something emanating above before that shoots out portal energy, or they come from the devices themselves with nothing above. And I'm going to go ahead, and I think I can do it while I'm in the conversation. Let's attach, upload a file. Let's go to Omnigate side view. Save. I just uploaded Omnigate side view. What do I call it? Underscore v1. Underscore v1. .png. You can get a small idea. Yeah, it's really rough. Big spherical core sitting on a raised platform looks like a multiple ring or device like elements around it inside the sphere, some scaffolding or framework rising above it. Might emitter dangerous artifact energy fits max perfectly. Option A, multiple devices. Feels cleaner, more omni. This sphere has a bunch of smaller handheld devices built into its surface like nodes. And when the machine powers up, each device opens its own portal. Visually, it looks like a sphere is studded with glowing points that rip open portals. This ties directly back to the handheld device Max used to steal the scepter. It's the same tech, just scaled up massively. The sphere is the power core and is a big central emitter or array on the scaffolding above it that shoots out beams of energy to the individual portals. You say you're leaning toward a multi-portal. Option A is a stronger choice. The scaffolding above could still be there, and actually, it's kind of cool that it would look like a nuclear device core. I mean, it doesn't look like a nuclear device when you look at it. It's just the core is that hexagonal soccer ball shape. Yeah. Option A would still look similar. At the top was supposedly dish, where the energy sort of emanated from, but um, if the portals come off the devices, then it would just be a scaffolding around the platform, and the actual core meant to look like a nuclear core a little bit, with the sort of soccer ball by the hexagonal panels being the actual devices. So yeah, that above the sphere and below the scaffolding wouldn't be there. And later I'll sketch up another version that is like I'm describing. Current version, large focal core sitting on a raised platform. Uh, each panel is actually one of the devices. Yes. When powered up, multiple portals open directly from the scaffolding around and above the platform for support, power routing, and stabilization. The dish at the either removed or simplified no central emitter or shooting energy downward. The portals come straight from the devices. Distinct, dangerous, experimental super weapon look while still feeling logical evolution of a small handheld device. Yes, exactly. The sphere would be spinning as well because it can increase the portal count by doing this. Okay, well, my time is up this session. I need to break for an hour. Thanks. We'll resume in a bit. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Thanks, everyone. See you in an hour. Stop. Thank you for watching part 1.